What if? That's a question asked to answer the question as to what would happen if things went differently. What if the Blazers drafted Michael Jordan or Kevin Durant? What if OKC never traded James Harden? You've seen plenty of videos on this topic, probably from bigger channels. However, today I want to talk about Markelle Fultz, and more importantly, what if he never got hurt? The first overall pick in the 2017 NBA draft, Fultz had it all as a prospect. He could pass, score, he could rebound, he could really do it all. He was everything you want out of a good prospect. However, one shoulder injury in a trade led to Fultz being traded from the Sixers to the Magic, where he's finally getting his career on track. But today, we're going to answer the question, what if he never got hurt and lived up to his potential? But before we do get into today's video, if you're new, like the NBA, WNBA, high school, college, really if you like basketball in general, I really think that you would love this channel. So if you aren't already, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I release a video. I upload on a new daily basis. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And dropping a like, comment, and subscribing will do a lot for this channel, and I would really appreciate it. But with that being said, let's get right into the video.
With the first pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select
Entering his rookie season, I think Markelle Fultz would average 17.5 points per game, 6.1 rebounds per game, and 5 rebounds per game. He would be the second leading scorer behind, of course, Joel Embiid, and yes, I do think he would be more of an offensive threat and be used in a bigger role than Ben Simmons, because I do think when Fultz is healthy, he's just a better offensive player, at least scoring-wise, and I don't think the gap between Fultz healthy as a scorer and Simmons healthy as a scorer is the same between the gap between them as playmakers, even though I do think Simmons is the better playmaker. It's not as big of a gap as the scoring gap is. Also, this means that Ben Simmons wouldn't win Rookie of the Year. I think he would probably average around like 13 or 14 points per game, like 6 or 7 rebounds, 7 assists, like he did in his rookie year, but I just think that Fultz would have a better rookie year. And this also means that Donovan Mitchell would win Rookie of the Year with his new campaign called Needs Help from Not a Rookie to Be a Good Rookie. In the playoffs, I still think the Sixers would lose in the second round to the Boston Celtics. Now, I do think that series goes farther than 5 games, maybe even 6 or 7 games. Well, of course, obviously, that's what it means by not 5 and going further. But I do think that they would get a lot of hype being that they have this big three of Fultz, Simmons, and Embiid. And I do think in year 2, Fultz would make a jump to All-Star level. I think he would average 21.2 points per game, 6.7 rebounds per game, 6.5 assists per game. Of course, that means his numbers go up across the board. And because of his scoring numbers being better and his assist and rebound numbers being close to what Ben Simmons was able to do, I think that Fultz would actually replace Ben Simmons as an All-Star. Also, because of how good Fultz is, I don't think they would make that Jimmy Butler trade at all. I still think that they would lose to the Raptors in the second round, but this would set up for a big year 3. I think that, they had a few bad bounces. I think that they're finally looking to contend, and this brings us to what I believe would be Markelle Fultz's ascension into the All-NBA superstar territory. So I think in year 3, he would average 26.3 points per game, 6.8 rebounds per game, and 7.7 assists per game. I think that he would become the main focus on offense at this point, because I do think if he never gets hurt, I do believe that he becomes one of the best offensive players in the league quickly. And that means that not only is he an All-Star, but I do think he would be either first team or second team, more than likely second team All-NBA in this certain season. And I think the Philadelphia 76ers will be in a much better spot, even if Embiid and Simmons go out with injuries or hurt. I think Fultz is more than enough to at least make the Sixers a respectable team in the playoffs in the bubble. This video and the projections that I've made in this video are based off my evaluation on Markelle Fultz as a prospect. And to be quite honest with you, Markelle Fultz is one of the highest players I've ever graded when it comes to evaluating prospects. He's one of the best I've seen, especially at the point guard spot. There may be only one better, and you know who that is already. Now, the thing with is, you may be thinking, oh, you'd have to work to be better than Simmons, and work to be better than Embiid, okay, I will give you Embiid at least, because I do think it would take a little while for him to take over and become that main option over Embiid. However, when it comes to Simmons, I think if Fultz is healthy and doesn't have to deal with the injuries that don't mess with his mental game and physical game, I think that he would show clear signs of being better, or at least more valuable when it comes to his ability on offense. Because the thing is, Markelle Fultz and what he's able to do is more valuable in my opinion when he was healthy and at his peak. Is better than what Simmons can do in my opinion. Simmons is a great player, I'm not saying he isn't. He's an elite passer, he's an elite defender, and he's a very good finisher around the rim. However, when you look at Markelle Fultz, I think that what he'll be able to do is just more valuable, because Markelle Fultz, in my opinion, would be a player who is an elite scorer, who can play both on and off the ball, is a really good playmaker, is a good rebounder, and can be at worst a solid defender. I really think he had potential to be a really good defender, and I think he would be able to, because I personally think that had he been in a situation like Philly where he has guys around him who can take the load off him, he would have played more in defense than he did at Washington. And you know, I'm just excited to see what he does in Orlando now, because, you know, I want to see him get to half of what he could have been. Because what he could have been an MVP. Could have been one of the best players in the league, who's putting up James Harden kind of numbers. And I do think that in another world, Markelle Fultz is talked about as one of the best players in the league. And talked about like young Derrick Rose was, in a way, where he's talked about as this really young player who's already one of the best. And, you know, it sucks that we won't be able to see that. I don't think he'll ever reach his full potential because of the injuries now, but I still think he could be a solid player. But this is just me wanting to give you my thoughts on what I think Markelle Fultz would be had he not gotten hurt. But that is the end of this video. If you made it to this point, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I release a video. Upload on a new daily basis, trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Doing all those things would be a big help to me. Leave down in the comments below, what do you think Markelle Fultz would have averaged through his first 3 years in the league had he not gotten hurt? How good do you think he would be? Am I right? Am I wrong? You know, there is no right or wrong answer to this question, because we will never know the answer to it. But with that being said, have a nice day. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much. It means so much to me, guys. You guys don't understand. But again, thank you. Like and subscribe if you're new. Feel free to leave feedback in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.